Yo, what's up guys, Max here, helping you guys level up your game. And in today's video I'm going to be covering how you guys can improve your mechanics in Fortnite on basically any console or platform. This video will teach you guys exactly how you can improve your mechanical skills in Fortnite, and will just generally help you become a better player. If you click off, however, I'd say you're much more likely to progress way slower in Fortnite and start plateauing, and I know you guys don't want that to happen, so make sure you do watch until the very end. And without any further ado, let's jump straight into the video. Now, needless to say, mechanics are obviously a very important part of the game, as it basically involves the core things such as building, editing and shooting, which is absolutely necessary to be able to win in Fortnite. Anyways, the first tip I'm going to give you guys in today's video, so that you guys can actually go out and improve your mechanical skills such as aiming or editing, as I was saying before, is play a ton of Fortnite. If you guys want to get good at this game, you must play it a lot, because people take this very competitively. There's millions of players still out there playing this game, and so, as I was saying, it is very competitive out there, and due to that fact, you need to be, keeping up with the others that play this game. And sometimes you can obviously play way more than the average player, which will separate you from the average players, if that makes any sense. My advice would be, try to put at least a couple hours into this game every single week if you really want to get good at it. And if you just have a lot of spare time on your hands, try and do it daily, because daily is better than just twice on a weekend or something, because it just gives you a lot more time to improve. And obviously playing the game gives you experience, and with experience you'll get good, right? That is pretty much the formula of any game. And that brings me on to the next point. When you are playing, of course, you need to be able to use your time wisely to practice your mechanics, and in particular the mechanics that you are kind of lacking in, the ones you are struggling with most. So I know a lot of people are actually quite good at building nowadays, which I don't see that as a problem nowadays for a lot of you guys. It's probably aim and editing sometimes that kind of just takes over, and a lot of people kind of just get eliminated because they are unable to hit their shots, or they choke their edits a lot. That's what I've seen anyway. It might be different for you, however you must be able to recognize what your weaknesses are pretty much in game. And once you know what your weaknesses are, obviously you need to just go into playground mode or creative. I suggest creative actually, because it does offer a lot of editing and aim courses and whatnot. One editing course I actually love using is Mongraal's one. I am pretty sure you can find it, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you probably know it by now. However, if you don't, I'll leave the code down in the description below, so make sure you do check that. There's also an absolutely just a ridiculous amount of aim and edit courses online. A lot of you guys should probably just go look for one, because I don't know any at the top of my head. I can't really remember any. I know Geezy has a really good one, so maybe try that. Give the guy a sub as well. Absolute legend in the Fortnite community. And yeah, that's about it for the first tip. The next thing that you should definitely try out, and a thing that's just absolutely been blown up recently and has actually been acknowledged by Fortnite themselves, is Zone Wars. And Zone Wars is absolutely insane for training all your mechanics and just putting them into kind of a real in-game sort of situations. And that's what I absolutely love about Zone Wars. Not only does it let you improve pretty much all your mechanics, but it also puts you into sort of real game situations and gives you a terrain that you would usually find when you are actually playing the Fortnite map. Anyways, that's pretty much the rundown for Zone Wars. What I would say is, if the Zone Wars LTM is still out right now, you guys should definitely play the Vortex one. That one is the best in my opinion. The Desert Zone Wars is my least favorite, even though I do see a lot of people playing it. I don't understand the hype behind that one. I really don't like it. However, it is your choice at the end of the day what you do decide to play, but that's my word on it. And without any further ado, let's just get straight into the next tip. This one is going to be pretty subjective, but you guys should learn how to actually abuse and make the best out of your sensitivity. If you're a low sense player, definitely try and make use of your aim, because that will pretty much let you hit a lot of your AR shots, and that's going to be one of your strengths in game. However, if you're a high sense player, you're pretty much gonna have to, rely on your building a lot of the time, and editing as well as that, obviously. And your aim probably won't be so good unless you learn how to actually, really just take advantage of your high sense and, get used to playing on high sense, sort of. And a thing I've kind of been doing recently to improve my mechanics is going up and down with my sensitivity to see what I like best. And I think you guys should definitely experiment with it as well. Don't put it up or down too much, because that will just scuff you, and you're pretty much going to be, kind of just a worse version of the player you would have been if you didn't do that. So try to put it down by maybe 0.1 or 0.15 when you do actually change your sense, if you are still using the normal settings and you do play on controller. However, if you play on the new settings, I'm not really sure how they work yet. I haven't really tried them out as much as I would have liked to, but definitely try and look for some decent controls online to start off with, and you could pretty much progress and kind of just find the sensitivity that you're comfortable with using. And it's at least 0.5 and 0.5, because that's the absolute minimum that you need to be able to do well, not only in public matches but also in arena games and pretty much in any playlists. This next tip is going to be related more towards the building and editing side of your mechanics, and it is going to be improving your mechanics with basically consistency instead of speed, because I see a lot of people put up their sense and just do crazy edits. However, they are super inconsistent with it, and that's the thing that most of the Fortnite players that do actually have high sense struggle with. And I've seen a lot of people just complain about how they can't edit fast enough because they don't have a high enough sense or something, which is kind of crazy considering the fact that they've already got a pretty high sensitivity themselves. But the reason behind that is because they practice to actually get faster at editing instead of get like consistency behind it. And consistency is key, and consistency is basically what separates pro players from casuals. And I think a lot of controller players are actually shifting sensitivity to play on kind of lower sense nowadays. That's what I've heard from a video I've watched recently. I think it was by it's Jerian, I'm not really sure. However, no matter who the video was by, I still get behind it, because it's just true. Like, you need to practice to actually be consistent with your stuff, because the more consistent you are, the faster you are going to progress as a Fortnite player in general, and your mechanics will just get better within no time. The final tip I kind of want to give you guys an insight into is play more pubs. Usually in my videos I always talk about scrims and arena mode, and I really do think like those are really beneficial methods of getting better at the game. However, for mechanics, I think pubs are just way better. There's way more freedom to what you can do and can't do, and it's just a better alternative for training your mechanics in this case. The reason for that is arena and scrim games are kind of packed of just players that are just top quality. However, pubs have some decent players who you'll probably win fights against most of the time, and it gives you a bit more of a chance to actually train your stuff instead of going in and fighting against the top like notch players in Fortnite. And I think it's just one of the best ways to get consistency behind your edits, aim and building. And that is pretty much it, guys. That's all you really need to know before you go out of your way and start training your mechanics. And I hope this video has helped you guys, and make sure to leave a like and subscribe with notifications on if it did. Make sure to leave a comment down below telling me what I should cover in the next video. And that's about it for today, guys. I am out. Peace.